Hey guys, Jarrell here, back with our episodes of American Horror Story. We're now on to Season 2, Asylum. We have watched the first episode, which has pretty much introduced us to the main characters, the location, obviously in a nut house, or whatever you want to call it, mental institute. This Sister Jude seems a handful. We have a doctor who is using it as his own private lab and performing experiments on the patients and trying to make nothing of it. Says she's going to get to the bottom of it, but I have a feeling not only has he got the influence and the power and the money to shut her down, especially being a good standing daughter like that, because this stuff went on all the time. We've also got introduced to a reporter who is trying to get a story for this bloody face, who is Tate. I still don't know his name yet, not in this season, who it appears was visited by aliens who then killed his wife and a few others, and he is now known as a notorious serial killer, which is nuts. And the doctor's now got his eyes on him as well. So we're going to carry on because we are right at the beginning here. I'm excited to see what happens next. The other thing is the reporter is introduced as a lesbian relationship, which is how the sister has managed to convince her that she needs to keep her mouth shut and sign these papers away to keep the reporter where she is. So much for just turning up and doing a story. She's now a damn impatient. Right, let's carry on. This is episode 2. He's right there. Help me.
You got scared and you hit the panic button.
I have to get her up.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. Not now. Wow.
I'm a school teacher. The children.
Who the hell is this? What?
October 28th, strip searched and deloused, denied phone call. Who would you like to call, Miss Winters?
Always a pleasure to lay one's eyes on your sunny visage.
We have a problem.
The little sapphic reporter?
Are her worst enemy. They're terrorizing her, impeding repentance.
So you would like to help erase some of them?
Bring her a little peace of mind, correct? Is electroshock therapy something you would suggest?
Completed grades K through 12, no higher education. Patient is believed responsible for the murders of multiple women, including his wife. Victims' bodies were discovered in a remote field, drained of blood, decapitated. The murders may have started as a purging of racial guilt at what his conditioning would have viewed as an illicit coupling.
I'm not crazy. And I didn't kill those ladies.
What about your wife?
Almost not dead. That body didn't have a head.
None of the bodies had heads, kid.
After they took her, she was alive.
They?
The aliens.
The
You're going to sound crazy.
They have her.
Please, Doctor, you must tell me. What are these creatures?
All in good time.
His making.
You haven't said anything to Sister Jude, now have you?
No, of course not. It's our secret.
Good.
Did you do what I said? Did you toss your shit at him? Did you at least spit at him?
I can't do it. I can't fake crazy. There's got to be a way out of this place. I need to find them. Now, what about the bakery? Aren't the delivery vans?
You've seen our killer of women, I trust? What's it gonna be? We're gonna spare the taxpayers the expense of a trial, or will I have a bad opening up?
I have witnessed appalling things. Abuse. Malpractice. Candidly, I'm shocked.
It's a madhouse, Doctor. What did you expect?
Behavior modification is the current standard.
Tomato.
Behavior modification.
You know, Dr. Thredson, let me remind you, your job here is to write a recommendation to the court regarding the sanity of one patient. So I suggest you do your job and let me do mine.
Jed just turned 17.
Over the last month, he's grown listless and moody. Sometimes he doesn't get up from bed for days, and then the next moment, it's like someone tied a live wire to his body.
That's called being a teenager.
Adolescence can be a time of conflict and rebellion.
No, doctor?
It was unholy. It was
Inhuman.
like something had stepped inside my boy's body and taken over his soul.
Mother, where am I? I'm scared.
That's not normal.
This is a hospital. Doctors are here to help you.
What now?
Jed needs to be immediately medicated.
This hurts my burns.
The harder you fight, the harder it feels.
I like the view from this window. All the bare trees. Bleak and beautiful.
There's a tunnel. It's real. I came in through it.
Wow. They really messed with your mind. What meds are you on? You'd have to take Kit.
Absolutely not. He's a vicious murderer. They
He's
can
not,
make you
actually.
believe anything.
There have been plenty of killers here. Kit's not one of them. You have trouble trusting people, yes?
You would too if the person you loved most in the world betrayed you.
Come on, Doc. Bend me over a bread rack and pound me into shape.
You're a dirty little slut with a poisonous tongue.
I just want to feel the sun on my skin. I'll do anything.
No. Whores get nothing.
Wow.
Ever since I was 5 years old, and I slipped my fingers inside for the very first time.
What?
I do it all day. I fell in love with the bass player. Big mistake. As soon as he put a ring on my finger, I was his property. Because I like sex. That's my crime.
Am I supposed to be moved by that pathetic tale of woe? You make me sick.
Dr. Thredson, Sister Jude was just sharing with me your concern.
It is 1964, for God's sake, an exorcism. You can't be serious.
What did I
Times may
say?
Change, Doctor, but the nature of evil has not.
But you are mistaken if you think that by making me an accomplice to this, I won't report what I've seen here.
An unbeliever. Good. I'd like having one in the room. Ups me game.
This should be interesting.
The demon is a liar.
Yes, Father. Non so bestes. Será como son badesques.
Are we having dinner? You only booked me for an hour and a half.
Actually,
You
I
hypocritical
find the
son of a
anticipation
bitch.
far more erotic than the act itself.
Yes, well, you'll have to forgive me, Stan. I have to keep my wits about me. I don't drink alcohol on dates, and I don't kiss, not on the
Smart
mouth.
girl.
In your line of work, must have been frightening meeting strange men. What with a killer on the loose, skinning and decapitating women.
Father.
Yes! Take up thy bed and fly.
Cool.
Please, someone help me! Somebody help me!
Oh, that's why you became a whore, isn't it, sister? You're wearing red knickers right now. Oh, come on, sister. Put me in your mouth. You were the town pump, weren't you, sister?
Oh, shit. Oh, what? He's like half your age.
Soldier.
Tell me about the little girl in blue, Judy. The young girl, the innocent. And you so drunk you couldn't find your way home.
Oh, I like we're getting some backstory. Oh my god.
Never even bothered to get out of the car.
You are a murderer, Judy.
Yes, you
You're
are.
a murderer.
It's you she thinks of when she touches herself at night. Oh, yes.
No more time for prayers, Senior. This heart can't handle it.
Oh, all the doors are open.
There's trouble in the ward.
He's in cardiac arrest.
We'll go find the way out ourselves.
Oh, that's backfired.
He's escaping! The killer is escaping!
But she's convinced he's a killer, so... Anything? Yeah, it has. Went into cardiac arrest.
Dead.
Sister.
Oh yes. If he catches you, you're done. What the fuck?
What is taking you so long? I told you not to touch anything.
Don't leave it lying around then.
I just have to get the money out.
You're not going anywhere, sister. Now, show me your mossy bank.
That's a new one.
Slowly.
Don't blame me. Are they gonna let her out? Did he let her in like a back way or something? I don't know.
I heard about your fainting spell. I wish I could have been there.
I did ask for you, but I know how busy you are. I would hate to distract you from the important work of the day.
Don't be silly.
Until last night, I considered you a corrupt little opportunist. But God always surprises me.
I'm the guilty one here, sister. She was a pawn. She's not the one who deserves to be punished. I am. She was just trying to help a friend, a desperate friend.
She has such a way with words.
20 lashes each, so that makes 40 for you.
This is insane that one person can be allowed to do this to someone else. Alright, that was episode 2. I absolutely love that. That was brilliant. Okay, so with the aid of this boy that was brought here, who clearly was possessed, that's the way I'm reading it. That's the way they've shown it. That's the way they've gone with it. That's how I'm reading it. Especially with what he was able to do, both physically and mentally. He knew stuff he shouldn't. He was able to throw that priest across the room. We find out that our so-called goody two-shoes sister has just as dark and bloody and violent past as all the rest of the inmates. And the doctor is just as bad. They should be patients themselves, and they're the ones giving out the punishments and the discipline. This is why this is just completely crazy. So she run over a little girl, drunk, driving wherever, home, busy smoking, not looking where she's going. So she's turned over a new leaf to repent, which is why she's now all God-fearing. So she's a complete hypocrite herself, obviously got away with it. The doctor, with all that scene that we had with the nymphomaniac in here, who was throwing herself at him and him calling it every name under the sun, mainly a whore, and then in the next breath he books an escort, prostitute, whatever you want to call it, brings her in via the back door so no one knows, clearly. Not going to pull her through the front door, are you? And then proceeds to humiliate her, dehumanize her, and what's the word? I don't know. Make her feel completely disgusting by telling her he's you know, he hates that sort of thing. He's disgusted by women who are like that, who like sex, who do this. I mean, the girl's obviously only educated to a certain level, so he's punching above her because of his education, clearly, making her feel stupid. And then has her put on a nurse's uniform and proceeds to just do the exact same thing. So he's clearly, I think this guy's got mommy issues and clearly likes sexual bondage, BDSM, whatever you want to call it, and he's as bad as the rest of them. But these are usually the worst ones, the ones who are standing pillars of society, educated, well-spoken, nice career, good career, overall nice person, just the way the other sister sees him. And then he switches it completely. Oh, I'm covering up your modesty and this, but he's still lusting, he's still looking, he's still fantasizing. And some of those pictures that the escort found were rather disturbing. Now, going to... Do you know what would be a really good twist, right? I'm just off the top of my head. What would be a really good twist here is maybe not the doctor, because it would be very hard to fake it. But maybe Jessica Lange, the sister, with her past of obviously being a promiscuous woman in the 60s, that's what it's called. What do you say, she'd had 53, you know what. So she was obviously sleeping with army boys and whoever she could get her hands on, basically a 60s version of a MILF or GILF or whatever you want to call it. And then she runs this little girl over. Maybe, wouldn't it be a nice twist if maybe she didn't get away with it and she was put in here and somehow something's happened and she's ended up in charge when she's actually a patient? That's where I'd go with it as a nice twist. I'm trying to think out of the box as to what they might do with this season, because they threw us off so well in season 1 with who was alive and who was dead. And like the last season, I only got that Violet was dead at the very last moment. I'm wondering if they're going to pull that same sort of stunt here and have one of these that appear to be someone who's in charge who's actually an inpatient, and maybe vice versa. I don't know. It'd be nice. Anyway, moving to the reporter, she's blown it. She's utterly blown it. She had one chance while that guy was opening all the doors in the wall because of the power going out because of what he was doing, and she rats on him. Okay, she thinks she's doing the right thing. She thinks he's a killer and she doesn't want him back out on the street. But you have just been shown by your own girlfriend, partner, that betrayal isn't always what it appears to be. I know she doesn't know the full extent to that yet and as to why her girlfriend's betrayed her, but what you've just done in here has sealed your fate. There's no way your girlfriend's getting you out, not in the 60s, going and saying you've made a mistake signing these papers, and you've just made an enemy of those two now, and you're not going to get an opportunity, I don't think. But that was a brilliant episode. I really enjoyed that, and the 2 or 3 little nudie scenes that we got were tastefully done, but there is some distinct overtones of pure hypocrisy in this place. I like the way they're going with it. Right, we will be back with episode 3 very soon, because we do 2 episodes a week, so there will be another one available quite quickly. Right, guys, don't forget, if you want to watch this, available over on Patreon full length, link will be in the description as always, and I will see you for episode 3 very soon. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you enjoy American Horror Story, especially if you're on this new season of Asylum, please hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you for the next one. Till then, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Take care.